volume down on this? Shit, yeah, I do.
Welcome to a very special Monday, Beeb. A Monday episode. How about that?
Wonderful.
It's awesome, right?
I'm happy.
A very happy Monday.
The more shows, the better. That's what right. I always say.
That's right. More Beeb. Anywho, we're going to talk about Anthony Joshua today and Andy Ruiz. Now, we just saw Deontay Wilder yesterday. Just saw him fight, if you can call it that. That was a one-sided massacre, no?
Absolutely.
One-sided fight, man, right there. That being said, I read the quote today from Dominic Brazil. Jason had sent me the quote. He said something to the effect of, it was like getting hit by Joshua was like getting hit by a little girl compared to Deontay Wilder. Getting slapped by a little girl, I believe, was what he said. That being said, I mean, Joshua did knock him out. I mean, he did knock him out. I get it. I get the point,
not like that.
Knocked out by both guys.
But not like that.
No, not like that at all. So it was. I found it to be an odd thing to say. It struck me as odd, But I mean, be that as it may, it is what it is. Everybody's asking Deontay Wilder about Anthony Joshua, of course, and but the reverse is true too. Anthony Joshua now leading into fight week. Not fight week this week, but fight week next week. The first, everybody's going to be asking him about Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
So now he's got to answer these questions.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it right before he came on the show. I mean, everybody is really discounting. Nobody expects Andy Ruiz to win. But nobody expected Dominic Brazil to win either.
No.
I think, who do you think is the better fighter? Do you think Andy Ruiz is the better fighter or Dominic Brazil is the better fighter?
Honestly, I think Andy Ruiz is the better fighter.
I think so too. I think Andy Ruiz is the better fighter, but I think he's going up against a better fighter. I mean, that's the other thing. And to me, that's kind of the tough part about this is. But do you think that Joshua could be overlooking Ruiz? I mean, how could he not though? You had Baby Miller, who was a legitimate threat. I think. My thoughts only. I thought he was a legitimate threat to Joshua. I thought he was a very good fighter. I thought he had the goods. He can, he might be able to pull the upset here. But that being said, he's not there anymore. So now you have Andy Ruiz. He's a last-minute replacement, okay? Not necessarily last minute, but I mean he's had enough time to train in it. Don't get me wrong, not the fight anybody wanted to see. Everybody wanted to see the Baby fight, the Miller fight. If those were the fights, I mean, obviously, if we have our druthers, that's one thing. But this is the fight we got. This is the fight we wanted. And then we get Ruiz, who, doesn't necessarily look the part. He reminds me a lot of Chris Arreola or like people have been treating this guy like he's butterbean, quite honestly. Not a lot of respect being shown his way. And while I don't think he minds it, is it me or is it just like it's impossible, right? It's impossible for him not to overlook Andy Ruiz. Am I wrong about that?
Well, here's the thing. I'm watching Anthony Joshua being interviewed, and I'm watching him going on these shows and stuff, and people are talking about Andy Ruiz. I think Anthony Joshua was on, who was that? 94.5 or whatever in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no,
105 or show?
I'm sorry, Hot 97.
Okay.
He was on. I apologize. He was on Hot 97, and Rosenberg was talking to him about Andy Ruiz, and he was saying, I mean, look at this guy. I mean, you should be able to destroy this guy. This guy looks worse than Butterbean. This guy looks like a joke. Blah 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 blah. And everywhere he's going, and every interview he's doing, all these shows he's doing, people are like telling him how much of a joke Andy Ruiz is by the way he looks and everything like that. And they're very dismissive of Andy Ruiz. So after a while, you have to ask yourself, will that wear on Anthony Joshua? Will some of that, sink in to his, his mental preparation for this fight or his mind state? Because fighters can say whatever they want. They do listen. They do read the press clippings. They do hear what people say. Whether or not they're able to zone it out or not is a different story. But more often than not, I'm sure it does affect them. So if this guy is being told that he's fighting somebody that really doesn't stand a chance, and not only that, they're like dismissing him as a joke, as a sideshow freak, basically. I wonder what he's thinking when he hears all this. And will that make him be not only overconfident, but will that make him fight down to the level of his opposition? In other words, maybe not bring his A game, thinking that, you know what, I don't have to bring my A game for this one. I don't have to bring the big guns.
Right.
I could leave them at home, and I'll just take my 38s with me today instead of my 45s. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm thinking, because I hold Ruiz in pretty high regard, and I would argue that he's a more difficult opponent than Miller. I just think he's a better boxer. I think he's a more precise, accurate puncher. I think he goes to the body more, and I think he brings a wide array of offensive weapons. He's not predictable at all, and he does work off the jab, and he's pretty disciplined, whereas Miller sometimes walks in and just kind of just wings stuff. Well, this guy is pretty textbook. He's got a high guard. I think his defense is better than Miller's, and I thought he won the Parker fight. Thought he won the fight. So I think he's quicker than Miller. As Sean Newton said, faster hands. I agree 100%, Sean. And I think this is a fight where I think could actually go rounds. I would be hard-pressed to pick Andy Ruiz in this fight. But I'm just curious if this is one of those fights, just like the Parker fight was, where Joshua just doesn't look like the killer he has in other fights. That's what I'm wondering. And also another thing that I'm wondering, not that it really matters too much, is will this fight sell out now with the change of opponent? Because I'm hearing goofballs on Twitter. Oh, Joshua's bringing 10,000 fans, UK fans with him. Okay, but the place only holds like 17,000, 18,000. So you mean that they're going to bring more than half of the attendance is going to be UK people there? I highly doubt that. But I'm just curious to see if there's a but. Thank you, Joel. Just got done watching Montero on Boxing Podcast, and now y'all go live. A little something for you guys taking the time to do a show. Appreciate the content. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my man.
So I'm just wondering. I'm really wondering if there's going to be a buzz for this fight, because I'm not feeling the same energy that I felt for the Miller fight. Like that Miller fight, it was getting a lot of traction. You could feel it.
Well, how could you not, though?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. I mean, like you said, that Miller fight had a lot of traction, but Miller came out, they shoved each other, they were on, and then they did the rounds. They were on ESPN, they were on the radio, they were at Sirius. I mean, they were everywhere. You can't do that with. I mean, this fight isn't like. It's tough to sell Andy Ruiz. Maybe and I've seen him obviously, and I know he's a good boxer and everything. But he's not the type that's going to get excited. You're going to get excited about. Sean Newton, boxing. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Sean. Appreciate that.
And you say that you think that Andy Ruiz is a better boxer than Jarrell Miller.
I do
disagree with that. I don't think he is. But that being said, that doesn't mean that.
And I respect your opinion.
No, what I'm saying is, just because it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean like that I don't think he's a good boxer.
Yeah.
But as far as like an actual showdown, As far as me actually wanting to watch the fight, that's a tough sell. Andy Ruiz is a tough sell. And if it's a tough sell for us, who watch these fights all the time, what's it going to be for the people that watch it on DAZN or MSG or something like that? It's a tough sell. Alexander Wilson, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it. He says, Hernan Matchroom said they sold 17,000 tickets back in April. The tickets are priced 4 times higher than the Wilder Brazil ticket prices.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I heard they were a lot more expensive.
Wow.
So I guess the big question is probably, were they offering refunds for this fight if people were
imagine.
And you know what? We got to give Joshua credit. I mean,
100%.
He's doing a good job promoting this fight too. Like he's making the rounds over here, and he's doing a good job with these interviews. And he's a real good interview. When he goes to these shows, he's really a down to earth. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know we go back and forth with this Wilder versus Joshua thing.
Yeah.
But I like both guys. I don't like one guy. I think they're both good guys.
How could you not like Joshua though?
I
mean, if you see him in an interview, how could you not like that guy?
I think he does a good job. I think he does a really, really, really good job.
Yeah. I think
did you see that video today? This is what I was trying to tell Jason today, because Jason's in the chat. I tweeted this video out of CBS, or I retweeted it, and I guess that clip,
yeah,
it was like 10 million views almost.
That's insane.
I wonder what it is now. It was 10 million this afternoon.
Right.
And then people are kind of like saying, well, that doesn't mean anything. People are dismissing the power of
That's crazy.
They're dismissing the power of social media, number one, and they're dismissing the power of the internet.
Right.
It's just, this is a different era. People are like, oh, it doesn't really matter. Deontay's a champion of Twitter. He's this, he's that. Okay, but you know what? A lot of people have used the social networks, Instagram, Twitter, to their advantage, and it's really helped them. So,
right,
to sit there and say that means nothing in the grand scheme of things, I think is myopic. I really do. I don't agree with it. I just don't agree with it. Because I know I've said this before, and maybe you agree or you don't agree with this, but I think Deontay Wilder is probably the greatest self-promoter I've ever seen in my life. From what he's done.
No, I completely disagree with that.
From what he's done.
How much is he getting paid now? I mean, he's nowhere near he's 40 fights in, bro.
We don't know. We don't know what he makes, and we don't know what Joshua makes, because in the UK, they're not required to release the purses to the BBC like the purses are released to the commission. So I got in this argument with this other kid. I posted a picture of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. with a $1.7 million check that was written out to him by Al Heyman, and obviously it got taken down. But he got paid by the promoter. I think his purse from the promoter of the show that was reported to the commission was 1.3. So people are like, oh, he made 1.3 million. No, he didn't make 1.3 million. He made 3 million for the fight, but only 1.3 was reported. So we don't know what these guys make. Would I suspect that Joshua makes more? Probably, but do I know how much more? Like, how do we know he makes 30 million a fight? They don't have to report that. How do we know he makes 35 million a fight? They don't have to report that. Why do they report? Why does the zone report what they paying Canelo? Why do they report what they're paying Golovkin? But they don't really report officially what they're paying Joshua. You know why? Because they don't.
Signed.
Not only that,
he's not signed a contract with him.
Okay, good point. But also, why would they report the fights, like what he made for, like, why wouldn't they come out and say what he's making fight to fight? But my opinion is this, and this is just my opinion. They keep it quiet so they can put out their propaganda. Oh, he's making 35 a fight. He's making 40 a fight. Okay, well, where's the proof of that? I'm not saying he's not making good money, but again, I'm going to use this argument, and you're probably sick of hearing it. they did officially report how much he made for Klitschko. And that was the biggest fight of his career. And I realized he had to give Klitschko a bigger share of that, okay? He had to give Klitschko, I think they went 50-50, okay? But he still only made $15 million for that fight, or 15 million pounds, whatever it was. So that's a huge, huge fight, right? So what is he giving? So what's he giving his opponents? So if that fight's the biggest fight that he's ever been a part of monetarily, right? So you figure that they're splitting 30 million, right? 30 million pounds. When you do the math, what's that about? Like 40 million American dollars or something like that?
Maybe somewhere around there, 45 maybe. Somewhere there, yeah.
So he made 45. So that fight, like 45 million, that fight gross for the biggest fight of his career. Okay, and they went 50-50 with that, right? So my question is that like none of the fights he's been a part of were anywhere close to being as big as that. So let's say his fights are doing 30 million in revenue for him, like when it's all said and done. So you mean to tell me that what's he giving his opponent, like 5% of the gross? You see what I'm saying? So how could he be making 30 million a fight, 35 million a fight, based off of the UK figures, like based on how much pay-per-views cost over there, based off of how much tickets cost over there? The live gate for that fight, monetarily, in that 90,000 seat stadium, was like $11.5 million for 90,000 people. The live gate was $11.5 million. In stark contrast to what the Golovkin Canelo gate was, 27 for what, 16.5?
Right, much less.
People.
Much less.
So they're not giving the numbers. They're just all you're going by is what Eddie Hearn is telling you. So am I going to say the guy's not making good money? No. Am I going to say he's not making more than Deontay Wilder? I would suspect that he is. But do I think he's making leaps and bounds more than what Deontay Wilder is making, like everyone's saying? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. But I do know $10 million was reported for Deontay Wilder's purse for the Brazil fight. And the reason being is Showtime, upped the ante a little bit because they rewarded Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, for being loyal to them when he had two other deals on the table that was significantly more than what they were paying him. So they actually paid him $10 million for this fight. So it was reported. So
let me jump in here real quick. Alexander Wilson, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it. He says, this is from Alexander Wilson, report said AJ was making $32 million for this fight, and they offered Ortiz over $7 million. That much I did hear, and I did hear.
Okay. So here's the interesting thing now. This is plausible, and I'll tell you why. Because he's fighting in the United States, he's fighting in the Madison Square Garden, and the tickets are significantly higher than they are price-wise than in the UK. But here's the interesting thing. Now the purses will be reported to the commission because he's fighting in the United States.
Right.
Let's see if it is $32.5 million that gets reported.
That's the other thing too, and you just hit the nail on the head when you talk about Chavez Jr. that he made 1.3, but he's got a check that says 1.7.
Exactly.
We don't know. We can only go on what the commission say.
We don't know.
We only can go on what the commission say. You know what I mean? So that's all we can really do.
Yeah, that's true.
So absolutely. Actually, let's go to the phones right now. Area code 708. 708, you're live. Maybe you're not. 708. Going once. Going twice.
Hello. 708. What's going on, man? John. Hello, John from Chicago. What's going on, boys?
John from Chicago. How are you, buddy?
What's going on, buddy? Is he a new caller?
Yeah.
Doing okay. Yeah, it's been a while.
Good.
Been a while. So yeah, I'm thinking about this here, Joshua. There, if you look at I was looking at their net worth. Joshua's worth about a good 30-40 million more than Wilder. With less, I can't see this fight. If the fight happens in America, I see it about a 65-30 fight. If it happens in Britain, 70-30. I think Wilder would be foolish not to take it because I think Wilder knocks Joshua out easily. All those muscles Joshua's carrying going to be wide open.
Okay.
And I can't see Joshua eating those.
Yeah, he gets hit with right hands. Does get hit with right hands. He was getting hit.
Klitschko caught him.
He was getting hit with right hands by Tackle. He was getting hit with right hands by Parker, and he was even getting hit by right hands from friggin' Povetkin. I'll repeat. I had Povetkin up in that fight. I really did.
Yeah,
I thought he was winning
it. I
it.
did have Povetkin up in that fight.
No,
I
see this though. Povetkin's not Wilder though.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I think Wilder would have destroyed Povetkin, and I think that's why Povetkin was juiced up when he went to fight him anyways. Wilder would have destroyed him.
Yeah.
He would have done worse to Povetkin than he did Ortiz. Wilder surprised me in that Ortiz fight. He showed the gumption. He showed what he can do. And then with this Brazil fight, that's dynamite. Brazil's a durable guy. And Joshua was hitting him some good shots, and he wasn't going anywhere. And all it took was one solid right-handed to put this guy to sleep. I think Joshua's size, and I always said this, the muscle-bound upper body and going to cost him because the fourth or fifth round, all that lactic acid juice is going to get in those muscles, and that 1-2 down the pipe is going to be wide open. And if you watch several of Joshua's fights, he gets hit with those 1-2s down the pipe quite easily. And if Wilder catches them, it's over with. I think Fury dances circles around both of them. The problem with Wilder is you have to be perfect for 30. I see Fury as the best head. Joshua hanging out for number 2, and I really do in my heart. I see Joshua getting knocked out in about 7-8 rounds, but he's going to get hit with that hand. And it's not a Klitschko right hand. This Wilder right hand is something different. We haven't seen this, since the days of George Foreman.
He's got heavy hands, that's for sure, man.
He's a little sloppy, but that's pretty crisp. And once, man, he turns that over and he catches Big Boy on the chin. AJ is going to sleep.
Yeah, I think he catches.
But one thing, you guys didn't talk about. What do you think about Billy? This is just a little off subject, real quickly. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but what do you guys think about Billy Joe Saunders this weekend? I thought he impressed. I think that guy, if he got in there with Canelo or Triple G, he might give them guys some big problems.
Yeah, but you know, you gotta. I mean, listen, man, Usyk is no Canelo. You know, I've always said I thought Billy Joe Saunders was a great boxer. I like him a lot, and I think he does give Canelo problems. I really do. I think he gives anybody problems. You know, and I've said that for a long time now. He's one of my favorites, but what can you really tell about him fighting that guy, Shafat Usyk? You know, I think that's my thing on it. I'm a big Billy Joe Saunders guy, but you know, again, man, it's like, what can you really tell when he fights a guy like that? It was almost like, you knew he was going to win. You knew he was going to win impressively, and the fact that was for a title, I think, I don't know what that guy was ranked. For the WBO.
Yeah, I mean, it was the same thing with the Canelo when he won that super middleweight belt.
That was terrible. That was terrible.
It was just one of those
that's a great example because you can't tell anything how good Canelo is with that fight. I mean, that guy just was there for a payday. I mean, He just got stormed.
Who's that, Rocky Fielding or whatever he was?
Yeah.
So, I mean, exactly. They're setting that's the one shame about boxing is when they're calling some of these fights title fights. When you have a guy that's obscure and hasn't even earned a title shot versus a guy that you know is a champion, and you know this is just a clear setup to give somebody a belt.
That's what it was.
That's the one thing about boxing that it hurt.
That's what both of those fights were.
Yep.
That Canelo Fielding fight and this fight with Usyk, Saunders Usyk. Because that's not a championship caliber fight. That really didn't tell us anything about Saunders, other than he can box and he looked
exactly.
good. But it didn't tell us much about him, honestly. He should go back down.
I still think the fight would be interesting. I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I would too.
Yep, I agree with you. I'm not going to take up any more of your guys' time though. But I love the show, guys. Best show in boxing. I appreciate it, guys. You have a great night.
Thank you.
I'll be listening all night.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, Emmanuel Moreno, also. Thank you, man.
Notorious VC's in the chat, Ryan again. Anytime you mention AJ and you don't get all fucking gushy over him, he gets like really mad just because I said that maybe he doesn't make as much as what's being reported. That hurt his feelings. He said this is what makes the show bad. Listen, we call it both ways here.
We call it both ways.
We call it both ways here. I mean, this is not a fan channel. It's not a Joshua fan channel. It's not a Joshua hate channel.
No.
Let's call it both ways.
I love Joshua, man. I love Wilder too.
I like Joshua too.
How much of a casual Jason is. He says Inoue is fighting no-name fake belt holders.
Oh, cut it out, Jason.
Come on,
stop it, Jason.
You're such a casual dude.
Stop it.
He's such a casual son. You know what? And okay, so John called. John from Illinois just called, and he brought up the Brazil thing, and he said Brazil's a durable opponent. The first thing everybody draws that parallel line to is what did Joshua do against him? It took him 7 rounds to take him out. It took Wilder 1 round.
Yeah.
What about Eric Molina? That's a common opponent.
Same thing. Yeah.
Eric Molina got knocked out in 3 rounds by Anthony Joshua. Took Wilder what? 9?
9, yeah.
9 rounds?
Took 9 rounds, yeah.
Yeah, so where's the parallel now?
Yeah.
What about that parallel? How come nobody draws that one?
But I think we can come to one conclusion, which may be pretty close to, irrefutable. Deontay Wilder is definitely a harder puncher with the right hand.
Sure.
He's a harder one-punch knockout type guy. Anthony Joshua doesn't have one-punch knockout power like Deontay Wilder. There's just no question. That right hand.
Everybody does.
That right hand. Maybe Inoue. Him and Inoue pound for pound are the two hardest punches in the sport.
And I think you know what, and I saw this. That's the funny part because everybody does these pound for pound things, and I saw that Inoue. They said that Inoue and Wilder are the 2 hardest hitting pound for pound, and I don't disagree with that, but I don't think that you can say that Inoue is a harder pound for pound hitter than Wilder. Wilder's got 40 KOs. He's only went the distance 1 time, twice now. He's went the distance twice now. Much more KOs, much bigger guys. I think the jury's come back on that one, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, let's go to 760. I believe this is California, if I'm not mistaken. 760, you're live.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Hey, can you come back to me?
Sure.
Is that Brian?
Is this Brian?
Okay, cool. Thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Brian.
I love Brian. I love Brian.
Yeah, he's the heavyweight guy, man. He's always got good stuff to say.
Didn't he call in yesterday too?
Yeah, he sure did. I
love Brian. That's awesome. These guys are calling in.
Yeah. All right, let's go to 706.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Christ. 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row.
Oh, my goodness, man.
2 days. 706. It's you, goofball.
Turn your radio down, son.
I love Brian. Hey. My bad. What's up, guys? There's no intro for me? Come on, man. What are you crying about, dude? Who has to know you've been beaten? I don't even know who he's beaten because he's fucking priced on apps and in Japan, who has he really beaten? But is Rodriguez the best guy he's beaten?
Like 3 champs in a row. Yeah, nothing special.
Who are the other champs? Can you just name them for me, just for the record?
Emmanuel Rodriguez was the champ, son. Juan Carlos Payano,
right. I know, but champ. Who are the other 2?
Jamie McDonald.
Boom. There you go, son.
Jamie McDonald is fucking trash and Payano is fucking basic. I don't even know Rodriguez. Rodriguez is the only one I don't know. I know McDonald. I know McDonald.
I'm sure when you put on your 22-ounce gloves, I'm sure you're, pretty.
Shut up, dude. Let me speak, dude. Jesus Christ. Or stop being a fucking snowflake. And Payano is a fucking Al Heyman PBC fighter, and he fucking sucks. I know he's fucking basic as hell. He's not fucking champion material that I'm gonna be like, oh, I knew he was the best fucking fighter in boxing because he knocked Payano out. Yeah, it was impressive. He's a good fighter. I'm not saying he's not, but
what do you want, a trap phone?
I don't get all these pound for pound shit just
break
because.
It up.
Yeah, but this is the same thing HBO did with fucking Chocolatito. They made him pound for pound, and then he got knocked out with fucking what's his name? Sir Ranguisa. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you never know what's gonna happen next. Son. But he's fighting Nonito Donaire. That guy's fucking old as shit.
Mario G just said Jason's a casual.
I don't even know who Mario G is. He's fucking another Golden Girl cheerleader.
Chat,
whatever.
He's in the chat. Jason calling from Georgie's cell.
This idiot has an Obama phone. They are torching you in the fucking chat.
Yeah.
They are friggin'.
Who's torching me? There's one guy saying I'm a casual. Who gives a shit if Mario G thinks I'm a casual?
BC says straight from the trap.
Did you see the Premier Boxing Champions article that showed all the fucking celebrities that were tweeting about that fight? That guy's going like mainstream. All the fucking celebrities like NBA, NFL players, Conor McGregor, Joe Rogan, everybody's tweeting about Wilder. They don't tweet about fucking Crawford and Loma or fucking what do you call AJ? They don't do that shit.
Told you, Wilder's
the only one that's like must see TV.
Wilder is the fourth most popular fighter. I said Wilder is the fourth most popular fighter in boxing right now. I think it's Canelo.
Fourth.
I think it's Canelo, AJ.
I'm talking about America. Let's talk about America, B.
Pacquiao.
Not popular in America.
Pacquiao. I say Canelo.
AJ's not popular in America. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the world, like globally, or what?
I think
if AJ was with PBC, would you like him then?
AJ is more.
Hey, Eric, shut up for a second, dude. Let me speak. Jesus Christ.
I think AJ is more popular worldwide, but I think Wilder is really making some ground here. He's really catching up. I don't think he's as popular as AJ right now.
But B, I'm talking about America. Stop fucking worrying about global. We're talking about American fighters, man. Like, shut up, loser. What the fuck is your problem? Are you on fucking period again?
Yeah.
Are you on your period again, Eric?
Yeah, that's what it is.
You need your tampon?
Yeah, that's it.
Tell your wife to lend you a tampon. Tell your wife to lend you a tampon.
Maybe I'll ask my mom to lend me a tampon. How about that?
Jesus Christ.
You were already told not to.
So
you were already told not to talk about families. How many times? How many times are you going to keep telling you do not talk about?
I don't talk about family.
You
just talk about whatever.
You just mentioned his family. He never mentioned your family. He never mentioned.
Oh my God! Call the cops! Call the cops, guys! Call the cops!
Call the cops!
So I think it's Canelo. I think it's Joshua. I think it's Pacquiao, and then I think Wilder's number.
B, did you hear what I said? I said we're talking about American fighters right now. We're not talking about fucking global. Who to give who? I don't care about global or England. Like AJ, AJ's from England. He's going to be more popular in England.
More people in Joshua's country know who he is than people in America know.
He's from there. Who said Wilder is more popular in England? What are you talking about? You're making these dumbass arguments. I'm saying Wilder's the most popular fighter in America.
I said Joshua
and Wilder's the most.
Joshua is more popular in his country than Wilder is in his.
Right.
That's all.
That's Beeb. Why are you telling me the sky is blue? Are you fucking kidding me? Come on, man. Are you kidding me? Who said he's not more popular in this country? That's his country. Of course he's more popular.
Because people on Pure just don't act like this.
Come on.
Wilder Wilder has increased his profile.
Eric, go get the tampon. Let's talk, please.
Go
get the tampon. Let us talk.
Wilder has increased.
Let us talk.
Wilder has increased his profile immensely. I think he's doing a great job. But he's still not. You're
doing like circles because you're trying to keep your Eddie Hearn audience happy. Come on, just let it go. Okay, you don't have to always kiss AJ's ass.
But you're on the other. But you're doing the same thing on your side.
You always have to kiss AJ's ass. Like you got to always kiss AJ's ass.
But you're doing the same thing on your side. You're doing the same thing on your side.
Not really. We're talking about
doing the same thing on your side.
You got Eric.
Same thing.
Eric, who doing the same. You can't stop crying.
You're doing the same exact thing you're accusing me of.
Right.
But you're just taking the other side.
That's it.
Whereas I'm giving both.
We're giving both perspectives. Yep.
I'm giving both guys credit for what they're doing. I thought it was wonderful that a lot of people.
What are you giving? What do you be?
Aaron, shut that off, please.
Yeah.
I thought it was very, very great what
Aaron,
happened.
go get your tampon, little loser.
Shut up.
I thought it was. Are you going to keep interrupting me?
Go get your tampon, loser.
Are you going to keep interrupting me? I said I thought it was very great that there was a lot of attention on Wilder this weekend. A lot of people tweeted that out, and a lot of people got that clip. I thought that was great. But again, Joshua's doing great things over there. I can't dismiss what Joshua has done. I'm gonna have to be honest. Joshua, and when he came over here and he made the rounds, he was on a lot of shows, a lot of radio shows and stuff. I thought he did a good job promoting himself. I thought he did great in the interviews. I thought his freestyle was good. I liked everything he did. Yeah. So I'm not going to hate on the guy. I just don't like the fact that people dismiss Wilder. I think Wilder is still a popular fighter. I mean, he's the fourth. I think he's the fourth most popular fighter in boxing right now. Go on BoxRec and go down every weight division. And look how many registered boxers there are in each weight division. There's like 3,000 to 4,000 fighters registered in each weight division. So add that up. Let's just say what's 3,000 times 17? Let's do the math real quick. We're just going to round it off. So 3,000. This is what people don't realize. 3,000 times 17. There's 51,000 registered boxers in the world right now. Okay? So if Deontay Wilder is number 4 out of 51,000 registered boxers, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. If I was 4th in a class of 51,000 people, I wouldn't be upset or disappointed. So that's all I'm saying.
No, that's the thing, and I mean, you I don't understand like
is he gone?
Want it one-sided. That they only talk about it's either Wilder or AJ. That's it. We can't ride with both. We can't. If you're with one, it's just stupid. I mean, like, well, one sucks. Well, Wilder sucks or no AJ sucks. I mean, it's just like, dude, it's not like that. I mean, they can both be good. They can both be good. You know what I mean? That's the thing.
If one guy sucks so bad and one guy's a nobody and one guy then why do we want to see the fight then?
Right. Exactly.
And why do we want to see the fight if he's fighting a nobody?
Exactly.
To dismiss Wilder to the point where he's like, people like say he's this, he's a nobody, no one knows who he is, blah 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 blah. Everyone that knows Joshua in the UK at this present time, they know who Wilder is.
Right.
These guys are forever linked. Joshua can't go anywhere without someone asking him when you're fighting Wilder, and Wilder can't go anywhere without someone asking him when you're fighting Joshua. And the reason why, you can say what you want. The reason why Deontay Wilder doesn't do the same pay-per-view numbers and doesn't do the same ticket sales or whatever is, let's face facts. The UK boxing fans are just better boxing fans than we are. They're more loyal. They're more dedicated. These fans will stay up to 4 or 5 o'clock.
Are you done?
He's done? No, he's not done.
Are you done?
You just fucking interrupted me, you rude son of a bitch. You just interrupted me.
You take over my.
You just interrupted me. You just interrupted me, you rude son of a bitch.
Let me discipline him again.
So basically, the fact of the matter is, the UK fans are just better boxing fans than the Americans are. That's what it all boils down to. That's what it all boils down to.
I mean, there's not like we got NBA over here. We got what I mean. We got NFL. We got NBA. There's a lot of sports here and a lot of popular sports here. Baseball, everything. And I don't know in England. I know soccer's really big. Maybe cricket. I don't know. I don't really know the sports over there.
All right, let the idiot back in. I don't want to cut his call. Oh yeah.
Screw him. He calls in with dumb stuff anyway, and he wants to, like I said, I mean, he has questions. He doesn't want to listen.
He's so stupid. He goes, you forgot to mention American. I already said American pay-per-view. I already said American pay-per-view costs more. That's why. I already said that. I already fucking said that. You have like a fucking learning disability.
He's to the point where like I hate taking his calls anymore because he goes off with the same stuff.
It's the same talking points. He's not individual.
No,
he's not
He's
not original.
Same exact stuff. Right. Nothing original. Nothing on topic. You know, it's just nonsense. He spews out nonsense the entire time. So,
whether or not the ticket prices are cheaper, whether or not the pay-per-views are cheaper, okay, you cannot dismiss what AJ is doing over there. Can't dismiss those numbers. Now, is the country a lot smaller? Yeah, but it's still impressive what he does, because who else does what he does over there? You know what I'm saying? Who else?
Right.
Who else does the numbers he does over there? Who else puts 90,000 in a stadium?
Joel O just made the perfect point. He said boxing is not big in the U.S. It's as simple as that. UK has soccer and boxing and snooker and everything like that. But he's 100% right. It's not very big in the U.S. It's not. I mean, that's the bottom line. We can't sell out 90,000 seats. I don't care who's fighting.
Raphael says boxing is relatively a small sport here too. It's just better supported than in the U.S. Okay. I'm not going to argue that it's not a small sport over there, but I will say this: it's still bigger over there than it is over here.
100%.
And that's just the bottom line. That's just the bottom line. And I'm going to say something that's probably going to make a lot of people upset. I went to my eye doctor's. And he talks to me about boxing because he knows I like boxing.
Yeah.
And he goes, who do you like right now? Like, who are some of the big names? Blah blah blah. And then I said, well, Deontay Wilder's fighting, blah blah blah. He didn't know who Deontay Wilder is. No. And then you know what he did say? But he knew who Anthony Joshua was because he saw him on Showtime and he likes him. So I mean that was an eye opener. I mean, if Joshua does fight over here, he can become big. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, for sure.
There's no fucking doubt about it.
He's a heavyweight Sugar Ray Leonard, personality-wise. You know what I mean? I mean, he is. He is the heavyweight version of Sugar Ray Leonard. People want to like him. He's a nice guy. He's got the, you can put him on commercials. He's got that charisma.
Notorious VC said boxing not being huge in the U.S. didn't prevent Canelo, Mayweather, Pacquiao, except for being huge mainstream stars.
He's right, but you're talking about a handful of guys there.
But people keep forgetting that it took Mayweather. Mayweather turned pro. Okay, in 1996, and he didn't start becoming popular till 2007. He didn't become a pay-per-view star till 2007. Pacquiao turned pro in like 95. He didn't turn into a pay-per-view star until 2008. So it's a process over here. Canelo, the same thing. Canelo had like 40-something fights before he fought Mayweather, and that was a turning point for him. And there's been many times when Canelo only did 300,000 pay-per-view buys. The only non-Mayweather fight that Canelo did 1 million pay-per-view buys in was against Chavez Jr. and Golovkin. Those are the only two fighters he did 1 million pay-per-view buys with.
Emmanuel Moreno said that Pacquiao had no issues here once he beat Oscar De La Hoya.
And again, that's 2008.
Yeah,
that's 2008.
Because that was when he started to get recognized. But he wasn't a household name after he beat De La Hoya. He had to really work and work and work. It's never just given like that. I mean, there's a lot of marketing that goes into it.
People act like Mayweather just woke up one day and became a pay-per-view star. It took him 11 fucking years. Took Pacquiao fucking 11 years too, or even more than that, because Pacquiao turned pro. Took Pacquiao 12, 13 years to become a pay-per-view star.
Right.
Joshua is an anomaly. He's an anomaly. He took off fast. He took off faster than anyone. I'll give him credit for that. He rose to stardom quicker than any fighter I've ever seen. Maybe Sugar Ray Leonard, but even Sugar Ray Leonard, I mean, but I don't know. Like Sugar and Leonard never put 90,000 people in a stadium. So I'll give Joshua credit for that. Like he rose to stardom very quickly. I've never seen a guy become so popular so fast.
You know,
I will give him that. There's no question about it.
right. Floyd Mayweather hired what is it? Some agency, some talent, like a Hollywood talent agency,
Yeah.
to promote him, to actually, get by. They're a talent guy. That's what they do, and they get him on. They wanted to get him on TV shows and everything, but that's what they did, and that's how he starts becoming. I don't understand for the life of me. There's two things really working against Wilder here. Number one, he doesn't have a promoter. Number two is, I don't understand why he doesn't, because he wants to be that face of the United States so bad. And everything Anthony Joshua does turns to gold because of his personality and everything like that. He's just got that it factor. People like him, But
I got a great comparison. I hate to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I'll be very brief. The way he manages his career is very similar to Bernard Hopkins. Because Bernard Hopkins was a stubborn motherfucker. Yeah. He didn't like he managed himself. He had a falling out with Lou DiBella. But it ended up paying off for him because he got a $10 million payday against De La Hoya, and he got some good paydays after that.
He got some good paydays,
but he never became a pay-per-view star because you know why? Is because he just wouldn't sell. He wouldn't sell out. No, he wouldn't sell out,
and he never got the recognition that he wanted. He never did.
Like Wilder got offered a big deal from ESPN, got offered a big deal from DAZN. I mean, Wilder is not what he was a year ago. We have to concede that point. We have to be real about that. Like Wilder has turned the corner. Okay, he's on the cusp of getting monster paydays. He got $10 million for this Brazil fight. Okay, why? Because Showtime was under pressure because they saw what the other two networks offered him. And he stayed with them, and out of loyalty, what they did was they paid him. This was a $2 million fight normally. He got paid more to fight Brazil than he got paid to fight Ortiz. And the Brazil fight was a much, much easier fight than that. We're not worried about what Wilder's making. We're having a conversation about what Wilder's making because again, all these people, what do you care about this week? Because it's part of the sport. Because it's part of the sport. The fighters talk about it, so we talk about it.
Right.
Okay? The fighters tell you how much they make. The fighters are always talking about money. So fighters are always talking about the business side. And this is why we talk about it. Because it's part of the sport now. This is not the same sport that my father watched, or your father watched, or someone's uncle watched.
Dude, if you go somewhere else, nobody's going to miss you. Trust me.
Or someone's grandfather watched. The sport has changed. Fighters have become businessmen. They tell us all the time that they're businessmen. They tell us all the time that they make smart moves. They're making the best moves for themselves and their families. So this is part of the sport now. This is what it's about.
There it is. All right, let's go to Brian, and then we'll wrap it up here. Let's see, 760. 760, you're live.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes. Brian, how's it going, man?
Loud and clear.
Hey, what's going on? Man, I was just sitting there listening to you guys. I could have sat back for a little bit longer, but, man. Hey, so what you think? You think this Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz fight going to draw a lot of attention or what? In the United States. We're just talking about the U.S.
I think it'll draw a big gate. I think it sells out. I think that it sells out Madison Square Garden. I think it draws a big gate. As far as views, it'll get a lot of views on DAZN. I don't know. He's done all the right things. He's done all the right things. He's been on all the shows. He's done all the rounds. I think it will. I actually think it will do pretty well in the U.S. I do. I think it'll create a lot of buzz for him, and I think I think it will help him here in the U.S. What about you, Beeb?
Because I haven't seen too much.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much like advertisement. I haven't seen too much advertisement on the fight. That's why I'm asking. Like, they haven't been really advertising because it's just right around the corner. They're getting ready to fight.
Yeah.
I haven't seen too much on it, but I hope it does good. I'm probably one of the few people that want, like I said, I keep saying this, I want both of them to do good. Wilder, Joshua do a good performance and keep building that shit up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the shit to deflate, But, as far as what Jason is saying, I think he's just strictly basing it on the United States and the United States getting to know these fighters because, do you think the United States over here is the biggest market for boxing as far as the profit of it?
Yes. No question.
I think that money-wise it is.
But you know how stupid Jason is? You know how stupid Jason is? I'm sorry to interrupt you, Brian. He's asking me to compare how popular AJ is in the United States. Well, we're going to find that out on June 1st because that's going to be his first time fighting in the United States. What fucking data do I have to base that off of? At least let the guy fight here a couple times to see. He's like, how am I supposed to make a comparison when a guy's never fought over here before? Wilder's fought over there one time. I mean, he's just a fucking goofball. Go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry.
Hey, so we can agree that you can make the most money in fighting in the United States. So when everything comes down to it, it would seem like all the fighters would want to fight here, right? Because this is where the most money's at.
Absolutely. That's why Eddie's here.
Okay. So, the popularity in the United States then should matter the most then, right? Because the most profit is here. Since we're talking business, I usually talk business.
I agree. I agree 120%.
Okay, so
I'm in line with everything you're saying right now.
In a way, the United States, regardless of if AJ is popular over there, I'm pretty sure AJ wants a piece of this action in the United States because he wants a piece of the pie, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then at the same time, then if you got Wilder, because right now, I remember when I was first campaigning for Wilder, it was like, people was like, oh, they don't know who Wilder is in the United States, in the UK. They was comparing his popularity in the UK. Nobody knows him. Nobody knows him in the United States, in the UK. But now it's like a few years later in the United States, I don't know, you guys saying AJ might be more popular in the United States, but I don't see that just from
he's not.
People.
He's not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's not yet.
So in the United, we're just talking about the U.S.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's where the big money is at. We already agreed on that.
Yes.
So in the U.S., between AJ and Wilder, who is more popular right now?
In the U.S.?
You know what?
In the
I
U.S.
don't know.
Wilder. I would say Wilder is.
I don't know.
But
come on, Eric, man. I went around. I'll tell you. I know that Wilder is popular because I have to go around. I like AJ. I like Wilder. I have to hype this fight up to people that don't know nothing about boxing.
Right.
Okay. People done seen highlights of Wilder. People done heard it till this day. People don't even have to see his fight, and they know all these punchlines he got. You know what I'm saying? These quotes he got. He's doing things on this internet that's making him popular compared to AJ because when I talk to regular people, we're not talking about. I know you guys in the boxing world, but well, except you, Beeb, you said you asked somebody about AJ and Wilder. They said they don't know Wilder, but
Yeah.
with me, the average person, you know, they don't really know neither one.
You're right.
But some
You're
people that watch fights, they know Wilder before they know AJ. And
Right,
I always
look at
have to show people
if I can interrupt here
AJ
for a minute, let me jump in here real
highlights.
quick. Beeb, your doctor, was it your eye doctor or whatever you said, knew who
Yeah,
AJ
yeah.
was?
He
Had
did.
no
He
idea who
did.
Wilder
I was fucking shocked.
Yeah, I threw that in there.
So he said that. He
that's
said
somewhat
that,
of an
Brian.
anomaly
No, but what I'm saying
Yeah.
is though,
Yeah,
the
that's
more casual fans, like just casual people, not even fans of the sport, because your doctor clearly, I don't know that he was a fan or not. I don't know. Do more people just know AJ than know Wilder? I don't know. That's why I say I don't know. Among boxing fans in America, I don't think there's any question.
But see,
who's
me,
more
I
popular.
know. You know, I know that
No,
more
but-
people. Oh, I could say more people know Wilder
Yeah.
than they know AJ. I mean, AJ is becoming more popular because me, I'm not against AJ becoming just as popular as Wilder. I hope they both be popular in the United States, super popular, so we can get this fight cracking. You know what I'm saying? I want both of them to equal. I mean, to be honest with you, when it comes to sports in the United States, boxing is like some ants. They're like ants. You know what I'm saying? Everybody down here making this noise. You know how ants, they making noise in their little world, but we don't hear that noise up here. We people, we big. That's how it is with the sports. You got basketball, baseball. You got all these athletes they got to compete with. You know what I'm saying? And they're still ants because 60-70% of people ain't gonna know who AJ or Wilder is. Okay. But,
Can I throw a stat at you,
I don't
Brian?
know.
Can I throw a stat at you?
What's that?
This may not mean anything, but I'm just gonna throw this stat at you. On Instagram, Anthony Joshua has 8.8 million followers. Deontay Wilder has 1.9. Now, I will say to Deontay Wilder's credit, the same time last year, I think he only had like 600,000 or 700,000.
That's a pretty big difference, Beeb.
That's a huge difference, though.
That's a pretty big difference.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 7 million difference. So
That's
pretty big.
This is why I can't
Yeah.
I can't dismiss the popularity of AJ.
No.
Can't. 8.8 million
I'm not
followers.
saying, but don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say AJ is not popular. I'm not saying
No.
he's not.
No.
I'm just saying I'm talking about on an average, trying to get people's attention on this fight. You know, over
No, you're
here.
right. You're right,
Don't
Brian.
nobody pretty much
You're
give
right.
a damn right now about, you know what I'm saying, except us. You know, boxing is big in our minds, but when it comes to other, and it's like, it didn't used to be like that. People used to know who boxers was. You could talk to the average person about Jermaine Taylor, Roy Jones Jr., Bernard Hopkins. You named Bernard Hopkins earlier. These is people that everybody knew. But, you know, boxing is where, you know, the basic household names, Pacquiao, Canelo, Mayweather. Besides them dudes, people don't know boxing, period. You know what I'm saying? However, it is getting to a point to where it's a lot of talent in boxing right now, and people are starting to get to know these fighters a little bit more. It's starting to become more popular. But what I'm saying is that, you know, this is the biggest market over here in the United States, and you got AJ and you got Wilder, which I think they can become bigger than all the other athletes. You know what I'm saying? But it's a mission though, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they're competing against sports, not just each other in their performances, but these different sports, so they can be in the spotlight. You know, just like if they want to reach that Conor McGregor, Mayweather type of money or status, you know. But as far as just saying these dudes is just so popular, boxing isn't popular like that, period, yet. You know what I'm saying? You get where I'm coming from?
I do. I understand what you're saying.
You know, that's why you know, when I'm talking to an average person about AJ, they don't know who AJ is. I show them highlights. I build up AJ. You know, same thing with Wilder. You know, I build them up, you know, but they do know Wilder a little bit more than they know AJ.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of these quotes Wilder be doing. Maybe it's because of his highlight knockout. Maybe it's because of his personality over here, you know, but a little bit more people know who Wilder is than AJ, you know, which AJ, I like how he came over here this time and he got to know a little bit more of the people over here. But I mean, I'll give an example. Wilder be on these YouTube podcasts giving interviews. Do you guys think you can get AJ on the show? Forget Steve Kim. Try to get AJ on the show. If this guy's so friendly, Eric, that's your boy. Get him on the show.
No,
I mean,
he's a friendly guy.
He doesn't do interviews like that. Yeah.
This is why I say Deontay Wilder is a great self-promoter, because he's always out there talking to somebody.
Wilder does. So you just now said AJ doesn't do interviews like that, but Wilder does all these interviews on the YouTube. So you don't think that contributes to the American people getting to know him a little bit better than they know AJ? You got to think about all that stuff is a factor, you know?
Yeah. Okay, well, Alexander Wilson earlier on, who gave us, who donated or whatever, he said Hearn and Matchroom said they sold 17,000 tickets back in April. Tickets are priced 4 times higher than Wilder Brazil tickets. I don't know what the attendance was for Wilder.
I heard it was 13,000.
Right, 13,000 or something like that. But I do know the Wilder Fury at Staples Center was 17,698. All right. That was for Wilder Fury. Mm-hmm. That's a blockbuster. This is AJ versus Andy Ruiz. Not exactly a blockbuster. Mm-hmm. So, and he's already sold over 17,000 tickets. Yeah. So, take that for what you want. I mean,
well, that's because he was going to fight Miller, though. That was because he was going to fight Miller.
Yeah, well, they could have. I mean, you know, they can't get refunds.
Yeah, but they already bought him. They're going to see him anyways.
I don't know, but either way, that's still Miller wasn't a blockbuster fight. It wasn't like Tyson Fury.
No, you're right. I see your point. You're right.
I mean, man, you guys tripping, okay? Because if he filled that whole Madison Square Garden up with nothing but UK peoples, how does that benefit him marketing in the United States?
Good point. Good.
You know
how do we know he's packed it with UK people? 17,000 UK people?
Most of the majority of the tickets is...
Everybody.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Saying too. But what I'm saying is...
a bunch of Brits.
Everybody's telling me 10,000 UK people are coming over. We'll see.
No, but I know that, like I said, man, if Wilder...
10,000?
That's what people are telling me. That seems like a lot of people, man.
That seems like a whole lot of people, yeah. But I'm just saying.
That's a grip.
I'm just saying we can't have it both ways here. If Wilder, you're saying that Wilder is more popular than AJ in America, okay? Well, his biggest fight to date had 17-6 over at the Staples Center. Anthony Joshua's fighting Andy Ruiz, who absolutely nobody knows in the casual realm. Nobody knows who Andy Ruiz is. He's already sold over 17,000 for it.
Thank you, Glenn Hawes in the chat. He says AJ was more well known in my circle. TF, what's that mean? Twitter followers helped Deontay Wilder? Is that what that TF means? Twitter followers?
Maybe, I don't know. Thank you so much, Glenn Hawes. Yeah.
So he says TF helped Deontay Wilder. So, thank you so much.
Like me, I'm hopeful. I hope Anthony Joshua is popular in
Tyson Fury.
Not just
Fury.
in the UK.
Yeah, Tyson Fury helped Deontay
Wilder. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Sorry, Brian.
Okay. Yeah, I hope Tyson Fury. I mean, not Tyson Fury. AJ. I hope he comes over here. I hope it do draw a lot of attention I'm hopeful of that it is big in the United States. You know what I'm saying? That way it can reach some attention and people will see what AJ, you know, this dude is talented, you know what I'm saying? And then we can make that big, because I just want the big fight, you know, so these guys ain't got nowhere else to go. but each other. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he do come here. Hopefully he do sell out Madison Square Garden. Hopefully he can knock Andy Ruiz out and it'll go viral, and that way everybody will be talking about it over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm hopeful of it, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that, you know, I'm just talking about the reality of it because I'm into boxing. And a lot of people not into boxing like that. And when I talk to them about Anthony Joshua, they really don't know who he is like that. I got to show them the highlights. But that's all I got, man. That's it.
Good points, man.
You
good
know,
points.
That's
Man,
it. Thank you, guys.
Man, always a good call from Brian, man.
Good looking out, Brian.
Hey, thank you guys for the bonus. Thank you guys for the bonus.
Anytime, brother. Man. Anytime, brother.
Do you know what I notice about this? And I think it'll be the same way with Crawford and Spence. You know what I notice about this? It's the same way as Pacquiao Mayweather.
Yes.
Either you're on one side or you're on the other. And if you root for Pacquiao, you have nothing but lousy things to say about Mayweather. And if you're with Mayweather, you have nothing but lousy things to say about Pacquiao. And the same thing here. Like, if you're with AJ, you have nothing good to say about Wilder and vice versa. And I just think that's the wrong way to look at it. And, you know, Alex T, thank you so much. And, hey, thank you, Al Heyman.
Thank you, Al Heyman.
I will say that till the cows come home, man.
You guys are great tonight, man. Thank you so much.
Awesome tonight, man.
Thank you so much, man.
It is very humbling. I will tell you that, man.
Yeah,
sure.
man.
Emmanuel Moreno says, I'm rooting for Ruiz, but it will take a miracle for Ruiz to win. Listen, man, I can't disagree with that. I don't think that Ruiz is going to get him, but, man, listen, man, crazy things happen. Listen, man, when you put gloves on and you throw hands at people and you're trying to knock them out, and listen, man, crazy things happen.
Thank you, DAZN.
Yeah, thank you, DAZN. Americans should be rooting for Ruiz. Why?
I'm not rooting for Ruiz. I want to see AJ. I want to see AJ Wilder, bro.
Yeah, why would we? Why should?
But I kind of am. I kind of am though.
Marino, thank you very much.
I kind of am rooting for Ruiz because I like the underdog.
Yeah, I mean, would you like to see an upset? Sure, why not?
Yeah.
You know, would you have liked to see Brazil, beat Wilder? Yeah, I mean, everybody likes an upset. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. Everybody likes an upset. But yeah, man, I
like Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, I mean, but when we talk about the popularity between both guys, I don't think it's as cut and dry as yeah he is or no he's not. I mean, when you looked at what was it, the Instagram followers, 8 million to 1 million.
Yeah,
that's a big deal.
And then it's like
Bayside with the sound logic. He says, "Do you root for Russia in the Olympics over the Americans too?"
No, no, I do not. No, I do not. Bayside boxing, I do not do that.
You got to root for this guy. That's it. He's your guy. Hey, listen, America's not always with me. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but you know what? I have no problem with like people like Mexican fans voting for Mexicans. I
always pull for the Mexican. I got to be honest. I always pull for the Mexicans.
What's wrong with that? I mean, there's no.
It is. But it's a very like tribal sport. It's a very tribal thing. If you're Mexican,
I'm half Italian.
For the Mexican,
I'm half Italian, but I didn't find myself overly enthusiastic about voting for Paulie Malignaggi. I mean, I liked him, but I didn't feel a loyalty towards him though.
Hey, speaking of Malignaggi, did you see that press conference today? Jeez,
I gotta see if I can get a credential to that. I want to go to that.
Where's it at?
New Hampshire.
Oh, that's right up by you, right? I mean,
that's like fucking 45 minutes to an hour away. Some parts of New Hampshire, I think, are 45 minutes away.
Wow. Yeah, we got to get you in there, man.
I want to go, man.
Yeah. Wow. I mean,
I've never seen Paulie like this fired up.
Seen him like that?
I've never seen him like this. He's like angry.
If you guys, let me tell you this. If you guys did not see the press conference between Artem Lobov and Paulie Malignaggi, it makes the Paulie Malignaggi Bronner press conference look like a Disney movie.
Oh my God!
I'm telling you what, it was nuts.
He spit in his face, Eric.
It was crazy, bro.
When have you? Paulie is disrespecting this guy. He slapped him, spit in his face, like, and this guy's like not able to do anything.
And let me tell you what, it wouldn't surprise me if Paulie got murked in this fight either.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. Artem's a savage, man. He can fight too.
I don't know.
Reese Mack said that somebody pointed out that Mexicans aren't really biased for Mexican fighters. Yeek, I don't know about that. He said Mexican Americans are. No, Mexicans stand by their fighters, man. Yeah, both do. Mexican Americans and Mexicans do, for sure. I can't like Mexicans didn't really care. I don't think like De La Hoya was that popular in Mexico. You know what I mean? But
Dr. Monfongo asks a great question that I even wondered myself. And I've said this to you, Eric. Can someone explain to me why a guy with no power and brittle hands like Paulie is doing bare knuckle FC?
I can.
And I can't answer that question.
I absolutely can. Paulie, let me tell you what. Paulie has never gotten over the Conor McGregor thing.
You know what's funny too
He's
about
never gotten over it.
I've talked to people before that have actually shook Paulie Malignaggi's hand, and he can't even fucking grip your hand. Like, he can't even give you like a real fucking handshake. He has like fucking pins in his hands.
Well, I don't know. Listen, I mean, and not to discount that, but you ever shake somebody's hand and they just dead fish you?
Yes.
Some guys just do that. It's a pet peeve of mine. I hate that. When I shake your hand, it's a firm grip. It just is.
Then there's this guy at work when he shakes your hand, he goes like this to you, like
he gives you the shake. Yeah, he pulls you forward, gives you the shake.
Gives you the fucking Trump handshake, and he like fucking tries to like rip your fucking hand off. I'm like, dude, take it easy, man. What are we gonna do next? Have a dick measuring contest? Cut it out.
I like I said, man, I'll put like a good grip, on a
handshake. It's a regular grip, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But
I'm not looking to friggin' crush your hand like friggin' Ultron did to that fucking the Claw and fucking Avengers fucking, you know what I mean? Age of Ultron when he rips the fucking guy's arm off. I'm not looking to do that.
Give that Adrian Peterson handshake. But like some guys do that though. So just because Paulie doesn't like grip a hand or something like that, a lot of guys don't do that. A lot of guys do that, man. I hate it too.
But he was like fucking like this.
Oh my God.
He's like fucking not even. He grabs you like here, like.
I'll squeeze him on purpose at that point. I'll like squeeze it hard on purpose, just because I hate that. It's so disrespectful. Yeah. So, but Paulie has never gotten over the Conor McGregor thing.
No,
he's never gotten over that sparring session.
He has not.
Conor, I think, probably got the best of him in the sparring session. Paulie says otherwise, and they never forgot it. They never, ever forgot it. And they kept getting, this video came out showing him getting knocked down. He felt very embarrassed by that. He's never gotten past it, and he wants to pull McGregor. He wants to fight McGregor, no question about it. So he figures the best way to get to McGregor is through this guy, Artem Lobov, who is one of McGregor's closer friends. He's a former training partner. I don't know if he's still a current training partner, but I know he was a former training partner.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's why he's doing this.
I getcha.
Yeah. Unfortunate. So yeah. All right, guys. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here, man. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. JC, salute. Emmanuel Moreno, salute. Bayside, salute. Reese Max, salute. The Random Video Guy, salute. Joel O, salute. Alex T, salute. Raphael Dawkins, as always, salute. And stay tuned. We're going to do some more videos. We'll do a Game of Thrones video here in a little bit. We'll do that tonight. And then look for some more boxing videos throughout the week. Some news is rolling in. So we will catch you soon. We're going to try to, we got something, we're working on something here. Working on something here. So we can't let the cat out of the bag yet, but hopefully it'll come through soon. I talked to Steve Kim also too. Our lines got crossed, and he missed the show last night, but our lines got crossed. But we're going to try to set him up for another time for you guys.
Well, what did he think it was for another time?
I think it was my fault. I think it was completely my fault. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it wasn't his doing. It was definitely my doing. So
No problem.
all right, guys, we will catch you soon. So stay tuned. All right, if you guys haven't done so already, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also hit that notification button on the bottom so you know when we're going live. Until then, man, we will catch you soon.
All right.